Hey guys, Aric Almirola here, answering some questions for you guys. So here we go. Number one, did you look up to anyone when you were starting NASCAR? And if so, who did you look up to? Well, when I first started in NASCAR, I looked up to Tony Stewart. I had just started stock car racing, and I had come from more of a dirt racing background with my family. My grandfather raced dirt sprint cars, and I was racing go-karts on dirt. And I watched a lot of Thursday Night Thunder, which was a bunch of sprint car racing and midget racing from IRP. And Tony Stewart, and Jeff Gordon were always the guys on there, and they were winning a lot. And I watched Tony progress throughout his career and made it to NASCAR, and was just a big fan of his. So I certainly looked up to him in his driving aspect, and I think he would even laugh to know that I maybe didn't always look up to his behavior, but certainly looked up to his incredible talent on the racetrack. Are you excited for the Bristol dirt race next season, and how do you feel about the Cup Series doing a dirt race? I am excited. I think anytime there's something new and different, it's exciting, right? It's an unknown, and so having that challenge and trying to go and compete at Bristol on the dirt is certainly going to be a challenge, and I think it'll be fun. I think a lot of it depends on the track prep and the tire that we run on. There's a lot of factors that will play into how the race turns out, but it has the potential to be really cool, and I think it'll be great for so many of the dirt racing fans across the country to watch our NASCAR Cup cars on dirt. When did you decide to start rocking that killer beard of yours? Man, I've always grown a beard over the off season, and my wife likes it, and I just get lazy over the off season. I used to always stay clean shaven throughout the season, and so in the off season it was kind of just my way of relaxing and not having to shave all the time and just let my beard kind of go wild. But I decided to keep it this year after the off season and clean it up, and the wife liked it, and so I kept it for a while, and then it was starting to bug me. It was bugging me actually inside my helmet, and so I shaved it off. What's my favorite type of bacon? Well, Smithfield, of course, and all of their different cuts are really good. I really enjoy their thick cut, and then for certain things, thick cut is the way to go. And then if I'm using it for like a topping, like on a burger or wrapping it around shrimp or something on the grill, I think the Hometown Original is probably my next favorite. And then depending on if I'm using my Pit Boss smoker grill, I really like the cherry wood flavor. The cherry wood goes really good in the smoker as well. When did you know you wanted to be in NASCAR? I never really knew that I wanted to be in NASCAR. I just wanted to drive a race car. I grew up racing go-karts and watched my grandfather race, and so I've always been a huge fan of racing and wanted to make a living at it, no matter what it was. It didn't matter if I just raced a late model and made a living at it doing that, or worked on cars, or I was going to school to become a mechanical engineer so that I could move to North Carolina and work on race cars as an engineer. I love racing that much that I wanted to be involved in some capacity, and I hoped to do it as a driver, but my backup plan was to work on race cars, and fortunately I haven't had to go that route yet. I've still been blessed to be a race car driver. What is my approach to the Roval this coming Sunday? To win. That is my approach, to be aggressive, to take chances, and to try and do everything we can to put ourselves in position to win. What is your favorite type of racetrack? Super speedway, short track, or road courses? I'll be honest, I like them all. I tell people that all the time, and I know it's not a definitive answer, but I love my job, and I am so blessed and so fortunate to do what I do, and I love the variety. I love racing at a half-mile short track one weekend, and then racing at a 1.5-mile track the next, and then racing at a super speedway, and then following that up with going to a road course. I love that variety, and it makes us as race car drivers have to be versatile, and so I enjoy that very much. What is the best moment of your entire career? I think it would have to be winning my first Cup race at Daytona, just because of everything that kind of meant. I'd worked my whole career, or my whole life really, since I was 8 years old, driving go-karts to make it as a professional race car driver. And so to go through all the different ranks and be successful at all the different ranks on my way up to the Cup Series, and then get to the Cup Series and want so desperately to win and be successful at the highest level of stock car auto racing in the world against the best drivers, winning was such a way of validation for me, and just the huge accomplishment. And so to win at Daytona in the 43 car, with so much just semblance with Richard Petty, and it being, I think, 30 years to the day of him winning his 200th win at Daytona. For me to do it at Daytona, which was a racetrack that I grew up going to as a little kid, watching Cup races, it was just a very big moment for me in my career and in my life, and just such a huge box that had been checked for me. That was probably my biggest moment in my career, closely followed up by winning in 2018 the playoff race at Talladega. And really what that meant for me, and propelling me through the playoffs and giving me an opportunity to race for a championship and to finish 5th in the points. That was a big deal for me. What racetrack do you look forward to the most all year? I kind of answered that earlier as far as what my favorite type of racetrack was, but honestly, the next one. I have a few that I favor slightly more than others. Dover being one of those that's high on the list. I really enjoy Dover. I really enjoy Bristol. I really enjoy Kentucky, Texas. I get excited about going to those racetracks slightly more than others. Chicago was a good one for me. I really enjoyed racing at. So there's a handful of racetracks that I maybe favor slightly more than others, but I really enjoy going to all of them because every time I get on an airplane to go to a race, I just know how blessed and how fortunate I am to be doing what I'm doing, and with an opportunity that weekend with a great race team and a great sponsor like Smithfield to go and win at any given racetrack. All right, that's it for me with your guys' questions, and I hope you enjoyed it, and stay tuned and hope you cheer loud for that 10 car.